Birds flying high, you know how I feel. Sun in the sky, you know how I feel. Breeze drifting on by, you know how I feel. It's a new dawn, it's a new day, it's a new life for me. And I'm feeling good. I'm feeling good. Fish in the sea, you know how I feel. River running free, you know how I feel. Blossom on a tree, you know how I feel. It's a new dawn, it's a new day, it's a new life for me. And I'm feeling good. Dragonfly out in the sun, you know what I mean, don't you know? Butterflies all having fun, you know what I mean. Sleep in peace when day is done, that's what I mean. And this old world is a new world and a bold world for me. For me.
Everybody please sit. Good afternoon. Marriage is a supreme sharing of experience, an adventure in the most intimate of human relationships. It's the joyous union of two people whose comradeship and mutual understanding have flowered in romance. Today, James and Noelle proclaim their love and commitment to the world, and we gather here to rejoice with and for them in the new life they now undertake together. The joy we feel now is a solemn joy, because the act of marriage has many consequences, both social and personal. Marriage requires love, a word we often use with vagueness and sentimentality. To make this relationship work takes more than love. It takes trust, to know in your hearts that you want only the best for each other. It takes dedication to stay open to one another, to learn and grow, even when it's difficult to do so. It takes faith to go forward, together without knowing what the future holds for you both. While love is a natural state of being, these other qualities aren't easy to come by. They're not a destination, rather a journey. The true art of married life is an inner spiritual journey. It's a mutual enrichment, a give and take between two personalities, a mingling of two endowments, which diminishes neither but enhances both. I'd like to read to you a poem about this mingling called Married Love. It was written by a medieval poet about 700 years ago. In the English translation it reads, "You and I have so much that it burns like a fire in which we bake a lump of clay, and a figure of me and a figure of you. We take both of them and break them into pieces, mix them with water, and mold again a figure of you and a figure of me. I'm in your clay, and you're in mine. In life we share a single quilt, and in death we share a single coffin." As the poem shows us, mingling in marriage is a mutual dedication, a cooperative venture in every sense. It's a relationship based on love, on respect, and a determination by both partners to adjust to each other and support one another in health and in sickness, in joy and in sadness, in ease and in hardship. Through this cooperation, we give ourselves, our lives of love, into the hands of the one we love. We do so trustingly and generously. And so each of us receives a gift, the life of love of the other. We receive this gift not only from the one we love, but also from the parents who brought us into this world, and from our friends and family. And so, as James and Noelle's friends and family, we're here to share with them this joy and hope, and see them off on the path that they'll walk together. May it be a path of blessedness, bright with flowers of prosperity and spiritual awakening, a path of ever deepening, ever broadening love, and that they will travel arm in arm throughout eternity. James and Noelle, this celebration is the outward token of your sacred and inward union of hearts, which God may bless and the state make legal, but which neither the state nor God can create. It's a union created by your loving purpose and kept by your abiding will. It's in this spirit and for this purpose that you've come here, to be joined together. So, Look at each other. James, will you have this woman to be thy wedded wife?
I do.
To live together? Not yet. Let me finish. There's a few other things you have to commit to. To live together in marriage, will you love her, comfort her, and honor her in sickness and in health, in sorrow and in joy, so long as you both shall live?
I do.
Now you go. Noelle, will you take this man to be thy wedded husband, to live together in marriage? Will you love him, comfort him, and honor him in sickness and in health, in sorrow and in joy, so long as you both shall live?
I do.
Traditionally, the marking of the passage to the status of husband and wife is marked by the exchange of rings. The rings are a symbol of unbroken circle of love. Love freely given has no beginning and no end. No giver and no receiver, for each is the giver and each is the receiver. May these rings always remind you of the vows you've taken. So as you place this ring on her finger, you're going to say, with this ring, I thee wed.
With this ring, I thee wed.
You do the same. With this ring,
With this
I
ring,
I thee wed.
I do it.
So now we have an Apache blessing. Now you will feel no rain, for each of you will be the shelter for one another. Now you will feel no cold, for each of you will be the warmth for the other. Now you are two persons, but there is only one life before. Go now to your dwelling to enter into the days of your life together, and may your days be good and long upon the earth. James and Noelle, remember to treat both yourself and each other with respect. Remind yourselves often of what brought you together. Give the highest priority to the tenderness, gentleness, and kindness that your connection deserves. When frustration, difficulty, fear assail your relationship, which it will, as they threaten all relationships at one time or another, remember to focus on what's right, not the part that seems wrong. In this way, you'll ride out the hard times, times when the clouds hide the face of the sun in your lives, remembering that even if you lose sight of it for a moment, the sun always rises. And if each of you takes responsibility for the quality of your lives together, your life together will be marked by abundance and delight. So inasmuch as you've consented together in the ceremony to live in wedlock and have sealed your vows in the presence of this company, by the authority vested in me by the state of California as a Deputy Commissioner of Marriage for the County of Orange.
For one day.
I now pronounce you husband and wife. You may kiss the bride.
Come away with me, and I will write you a song. Come away with me on a bus. Come away where they can't tempt us with their lies. And I want to walk with you on a cloudy day.
I'd like to introduce Noelle's mother, Mrs. Mary Phillips. There she is. And of course, James's mother, Mrs. Margie Eberts. All right. Well, Summer and Serenity are Noelle's beautiful nieces. During their free time, they enjoy horseback riding and playing with their dogs. These are the only single ladies in the wedding party. But don't even think about it, guys. They're way too young, and they'll only break your heart. Please help me welcome the little heartbreakers themselves, our junior bridesmaids, Summer and Serenity Phillips.
Cause we gon' rock this club, we gon' go all night, we gon' light it up like it's dynamite. Cause I told you once, now I told you twice, we gon' light it up like it's dynamite. I came to move.
All right, ladies, go ahead and take a seat. Renee and Noelle, they played YMCA basketball together when they were in elementary school. They met up again years later in high school, where Renee never allowed Noelle to talk to her during the whole 4 years of French class, in fear of getting a dreaded referral on her permanent record. Regardless of Renee's shushing, the two have remained great friends ever since. Ladies and gentlemen, bridesmaid Renee Schneider. Nick is James' youngest cousin. He recently moved to Vegas and hasn't slept a wink since. You see, Nick is busy traveling the world, working and, well, juggling the ladies. You can check it out on Facebook for proof. Let's give it up for the man himself, Mr. Nick St. John. Jamie is Noelle's cousin. She lives in Houston, Texas with her husband Tucker and their two sons, Reed and Carson. During her free time, Jamie crushes it on the beer pong table. By the way, it is a well-known fact that Noelle and Jamie still hold the undisputed beer pong champion title to this day. Let's give it a big California howdy, y'all, to Mrs. Jamie Deaton. Jared is James' not-so-little brother. This guy has absolutely no free time, as he's currently playing for football for the University of Oregon Ducks. Woo, go Ducks! In fact, he has so little time that this wedding date was purposely set to revolve around his ultra-busy football schedule, as James said he would not get married without his little bro by his side. Aww. Grab your duck whistles, let's make some noise for number 97, Jared Ebert! Call me a duck, call me a duck, call me a duck. Call me a duck, call me a duck, call me a duck. Call me a duck. Listen, really, what do you see when you're looking at me? See me come up from high school to... Lori and Noelle have been good friends ever since high school. Lori and her husband Patrick are expecting their first child in January. Aww, woo! James and Noelle couldn't be more thrilled for them. By the way, Lori, Noelle and James greatly appreciate your thoughtfulness in waiting till after the wedding to have the baby. It's my pleasure to introduce the very lovely and very pregnant Lori Riley. If you want it, I'm gonna be ba-ba boom boom. If you got it, you got it, you got that boom boom. If you want it, I'm gonna be ba-ba boom boom. Jean is James' sister. Growing up with a house full of brothers has not been an easy task, especially in the dating category. Luckily, Jonathan arrived just in the nick of time and swept Jean off her feet. Lucky for Jonathan, all the Ebert brothers like him, or he would basically be finding himself in a world of hurt. Without further ado, let's welcome James' sister and bridesmaid, Jean Ebert.
All the rockers in the house tonight. Everybody just have a good time. And we gon' make you lose your mind. Everybody just have a good time. All the rockers in the house tonight.
Brian is James's cousin. He only eats chicken and anything organic, and works out twice a day. Ladies, just look at those rockin' calves. How about a big round of applause for Brian St. John?
We gon' rock this club. We gon' go all night. We gon' light it up like it's dynamite. 'Cause I told you once, now I told you twice. We gon' light it up like it's dynamite. I came to move, 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 move. Get out the way of me and my crew. I'm in the club, so I'm gonna do.
Jason currently resides in Chicago. When he's not busy styling his hair, he's dominating it at work and mingling with the ladies. Please welcome the ladies' man himself, James' cousin, Jason St. John.
I'm sexy and I know it. I'm sexy and I know it. Yeah, when I'm at the mall, security just can't find.
Lindy's Noelle's good friend from high school. She lives in Denver, Colorado with her husband, Matt, and her cute baby boy, Rory. During her free time, Lindy cruises the streets of Denver in her sweet mommy ride. while busting and blasting out some sick rap songs from her car radio, which she's kind enough to share with Noelle, recording them on her cell phone to enjoy. Introducing the rap mama bridesmaid, Lindy Bernard.
Teach me how to duck, teach me how to duck, teach me how to duck, teach me how to duck.
Everybody love me, everybody love me. Everybody love me. You ain't messing with my ducky.
Teach me how to duck. Teach me how to duck. Teach me how to duck. Teach me how to duck.
Everybody love me. Everybody love me. Everybody love me.
Justin is James' middle brother. He lives in Vegas, and he can answer any geography question you could possibly have. During his free time, he loves bird watching. Oh, good news, ladies. He's single, and he's ready to mingle. But I hope you like birds. Please welcome Justin Ebert. All right, the moment we've all been waiting for. Noelle and James officially met on a cold New Year's Eve night in downtown Denver under a lamppost. You can truly say it was love at first sight. Funny thing is, Noelle accidentally gave James the wrong phone number that night. A couple days later, James got up enough courage to approach her at school and ask Noelle if she had entered her number incorrectly, or at least he hoped that was the case and she wasn't trying to give him the old wrong number brush off. Well, 8 years and one correct phone number later, the rest, as they say, is history. It's my privilege and absolute pleasure to introduce to you, for the very first time as husband and wife, the new Mr. and Mrs. James and Noelle Ebert. We will now have the pleasure of our first dance, the new Mr. and Mrs. Ebert. The song they've chosen is by Mark Cohen, and it's entitled True Companion.
Baby, I've been searching like everybody else. Can't say nothing different about myself. Sometimes I'm an angel and sometimes I'm cruel. And when it comes to love, I'm just another fool. Yes, I'll climb a mountain. I'm gonna swim the sea. There ain't no act of God, girl, safe from me. My arms are reaching out across this canyon. I'm asking you to be my true companion, true companion, true companion. So don't you dare and try to walk away. I got my heart set on our wedding day. I've got this vision of a girl in white. Made my decision that it's you, alright. When I take your hand, I watch my heart set sail. I'll take my trembling finger.
At this time, James and Noelle would like to invite all our couples to come and join them out on the dance
Then
floor.
I'll take you home. And with wild abandon, make love to you just like a true companion. You are my true companion. I got a true companion. Oh, a true companion. When the years have done irreparable harm, I can see us walking slowly arm in arm, just like that couple on the corner do. Girl, I will always be in love with you. When I look in your eyes, I still see that spot. True companion.
The new Mr. and Mrs. Ebert, everyone. At this time, we're going to ask everyone to go ahead and take your seats. All right, everybody. Quickly find your seats. You may have noticed by now that James and Noelle didn't go to their head table over there, their sweetheart table. You might be wondering why. Why are they out here on the dance floor? Why are they sitting in those chairs? Why are those chairs facing away from each other? And why are they holding those pink and blue flags? Well, I'm going to tell you guys why. We are going to play the Newlywed Game. First off, let's start off by telling you what the Newlywed Game is not. It's not about winning or losing. It's not about being right or wrong. What it is a chance for James and Noelle to entertain us for a moment and for us to see how well they actually know each other. How I'm going to do this is in my hand I hold a series of questions. And if they think that Noelle is the answer to the question, they're going to hold up the pink flag. And if they think James is the answer to the question, they're going to hold up the blue flag. All right, James, Noelle, are you guys ready? How about you guys? Are you guys ready? If you're ready, I want to hear you say, oh yeah. Here we go with question number 1. James and Noelle, who would you say is more romantic between the two of you? Oh. Remembering when you first started dating, who said, I love you first? Ah. Aww. Who takes longer in the shower in the morning? And who's more likely to vote in our next election? James. Who spends more time surfing on the internet at home? Ah. Online shopping, shoes? Shoes, yeah, shoes. Who's more likely to be late for an appointment? Oh. Who takes the longest to get ready in the morning? Beauty takes time, does it not? All right. Who's more likely to cry during a romantic movie? Oh, she just called you out, James. And with that, who would you guys say is the better dancer between the two of you? Whoa, we're going to see it tonight. Who spends more money shopping? Who's the better? Oh, this is a tough one. This one will go on forever, I promise you. Who is the better driver between the two of you? It's time to divvy up the household chores. Who's going to be going to take out the garbage at the Ebert house? That's how it should be. And who's going to be cooking dinner at the Ebert house? Woo! All right, say you guys get in an argument. Who's more likely to apologize first? All right, that's a good man. And who's more likely to snore in bed? Oh, okay, all right. We're down to our final two questions. Who would you guys say is the bigger couch potato? Who watches more TV? Uh-oh, James, what do you watch? Sports. All right, sports. And our final question for our newlywed game. Who would you guys say is the better catch between the two of you? Oh, can we get an aw? Aw. That concludes our newlywed game. I hope you guys enjoyed. I'd like to welcome up James' brother, Mr. Justin Ebert.
Good evening, everyone. My name's Justin. Excuse me, I have a cold here as well, too. So I brought the rain and I brought a cold. So thank goodness James didn't get that. But I'm the best man, and I'm honored to have the opportunity to share a couple stories about my big brother, James. So first off, I'd like to thank the Phillips and Ebert families for all they've done to help set up this wedding on behalf of the bridesmaids and the groomsmen. And for everyone else here, I would, of course, like to thank James and Noelle for allowing us all to share this special day with them. Noelle, you look absolutely gorgeous. And James, well, you've improved. You've improved. You see, this guy here, growing up, was known for two things. He was known for biker shorts and cowboy boots. And that's literally about it. I mean, he literally would wear that every single day. And he would, he'd wear, winter boots in summer. He was wearing the same T-ball shirt for months. It was pretty bad. So Noelle, you've stepped it up a little bit for this guy. So we really do appreciate that a lot. But yeah, James, you do look good though. I'll give you that. There's one story about James that many of you may not know. And now for James, this one may be a bit of a rotten egg. Now, when James was 7 years old, he went with our dad to climb Mount Kilimanjaro, which is the highest mountain in the African continent at 19,340 feet. It's the tallest freestanding mountain in the entire world. And see, James, he was such an energetic kid, so when the group would hike the 9 or 10 miles each day, James would actually run ahead of the group a good quarter of a mile or so and sit and wait and realize, okay, what are these guys doing? So he'd run all the way back to the group, and he'd be like, okay, we're walking too slow, so he'd walk ahead, and he would continually do this over and over again. All told, James likely probably hiked twice the amount of everybody else on this trip. Now, on the night before hiking to the summit at dinner, James ate an egg. Now, keep in mind, this is nearly 16,000 feet at this point. So that's higher than any mountain in the Rockies. I mean, that's higher than any mountain in the lower 48 states. So with the altitude and with that one egg, James got sick. Now, our dad made the decision to keep him at camp with a couple group members and let him rest while the rest of the group went up and completed the summit. When the group came back down from the summit early the next morning, there was James, healthy. He was ready to go. Unfortunately, he missed his opportunity. When talking about this story a few years back, James was actually unaware that had he climbed to the top, he would have been the youngest to ever reach the summit of Mount Kilimanjaro. And again, like I said, tallest freestanding mountain in the world, and he's only 7 years old. Now, James was the youngest to ever reach the Kibo Hut at 16,000 feet, but still, that one rotten egg was the difference between James likely sprinting up to the top of that summit and making history. It's funny. We have all these old videos of this trip, and in those videos, you see that James wanted me to be there with him so bad. The whole video is literally James talking to the camera as if it's me. So he's looking at the camera. He's like, Justin, look, the baboons. Justin, look, lions. And at the time, I was a bit jealous that he had gone on this trip, but after I saw the video of him talking to me the whole time, he made me feel like I was right there by his side. Now, James made sure that his little brother wasn't going to miss anything that he saw. We see a lot of that in James to this day. He loves his family more than anything. And James always puts his loved ones first. Now, I've always looked up to James, and I've always been so proud to be James's little brother. In high school, James was the all-state basketball player, and he went on to play at the University of Wyoming, where these two actually met. And I just remember admiring everything he would do, what I recall most of the countless hours he spent practicing. He played, not to be good, but to be great. Prime example. Or, excuse me. You see, James, he's not one to do anything half-assed, excuse my language, but he puts 100% into everything. And like I said, prime example of this one was 2 days ago. We all go to Dave & Buster's. And naturally, when the cousins and the brothers all get together, we find some sort of competition. So here at Dave & Buster's, the first night when we all got in, we started playing the hoop shoot game. And it's the little one. You have 4 to 6 balls. You're just shooting the hoops, you know. And things start out pretty simple, just catching up a little bit. But as we warmed up a little bit, so did the competitive juices. And the goal, as you see, is always to beat that record. You can always see the record right up on top. And we all knew that James was gunning for that record. Next thing you know, there's about 20 people surrounding the hoop shoot game in awe of what they were witnessing. There's James beating the record. Now, typically, that's all she wrote. You beat the record, that's the end of the night, time to go home. But James, again, giving that 100%, knew he could do better. And so he goes and beats his own record. You see, James sets the competitive mind. When James sets that competitive mind of his to something, it's that drive and determination to be the best at whatever he does that sets him apart. I see that same level of commitment and compassion in his relationship with Noelle. You know, I was actually with these guys one of the first times they ever actually hung out. This was back in Denver about 7 or 8 years ago. It's just me, James, Noelle, a few of her friends, and actually I believe Mary was the one driving us. But, you know, we went out in town, went downtown Denver. It was fun. Had a great time. Long story short, there was one thing from that evening that stuck out with me. And as just kind of, it was towards the end of the evening, and I was just kind of minding my own business, and I look over, and I get caught off guard by something. I see my brother and Noelle sharing a look. Now, I wasn't exactly sure what to make of it, but for some reason, I knew that look was significant. Well, as years have gone by, the significance of that look has become more and more clear. The reason that look was significant is the fact that the look I witnessed that evening is the exact same look these two still share to this day. You two are honestly so great together. You balance each other so well. And Noelle, we're so happy to welcome you into our family. And James, I couldn't be more happy and proud to be your brother. So if we all raise our glasses here. I'd like to make a quick toast. Here's to a lifetime of that look being shared between James and Noelle. Cheers.
All right, cheers, everybody. All right, let's hear it one more time for Justin. That was awesome. Very good.
I let it fall, my heart, and as it fell
a little game called TV Theme Song Trivia. All right, here we go with theme song number 1. All right, very quick. Number 2. Number 3. Oh, see that? Oh.
Now the world don't move to the beat of just one drum. What might be right for you may not be right for some.
18. Oh, no. What table number are you guys? Table 9, stand up, everybody. Here are our TV theme song champions. Let's give them a big round of applause. They watch a heck of a lot of TV. Ladies and gentlemen, we are ready to do our additional toast here. First, we're going to hear from Noelle's uncle, Mr. Chad Deaton.
You know, Noelle, first from what's your side? Your Aunt Liz and I watched you over many years as you grew up. And when we walked in tonight, one of the things we saw out there was the Curls and Pearls, the little photo that you used to have when you were 3 or 4 years old. Later, as you grew up and you spent the summers up in Wyoming with your Grandma Deaton, you were a good kid. I was amazed, better than your mother was when she was that age. She'll pay me back later tonight. But then as you grew up in Colorado, and as you went through that period and went to the University of Wyoming, and you brought a young man home, James, and I'll never forget it because one time my mother was visiting your mother in Colorado, and I asked Mom, I said, what'd you do today? And she said, well, James came down and Noelle came down from Laramie, and James and I played gin rummy for about 3 hours, and then he took me to wherever she needed to go. And then, of course, now tonight, watching you stand up there as a young bride, such a beautiful bride, I want you to know that your aunt and I are extremely proud of you and what you've done. You're kind of carrying on a tradition that we've had in our family. It started with your Grandpa Deaton, and with your grandma, and with your mother. Because I remember my dad telling your mother that the 2 most important things you can do in life is 1, get a good education, and 2, marry a good man. And it's something that we pushed with our 3 daughters, and they all got a good education, and they married good men. And I know that when you first decided that you were going to leave university, I know that your aunt and I talked to you long about it, and your mother and everybody else. And with great determination, you said, no, I'm going to go back, I'm going to get that degree, and you did. And it was a very proud moment when you sent us the note and said that you graduated. And of course, you fulfilled the next big issue is you married a great guy. And I say that, James, with all sincerity. You've impressed us the whole time. We welcome you to the Deaton Phillips side of the family. And I'd like to propose a toast that when we do get back here in 20 years or wherever it is, if we all sit down, that they look at each other, whether it's 20 years from now, 30 years from now, 40 years from now, and they play that great game, the honeymoon game, and they turn around, newlywed game, and they turn around and look at each other. They do it with the same love and passion that they did tonight. So cheers to both of you. Congratulations. You're welcome. Congratulations.
Let's hear for Uncle Chad. That was awesome. Next, we have the privilege of hearing from Noelle's brother and sister-in-law, Andy and Susan Phillips.
So I'm up here now in my unofficial capacity as the brother and the brother-in-law. And before, we have some words that we put together as our sage wisdom that we can impart on James and Noelle. And I gave some at the bar last night. This is a little bit more politically correct. But when James first was introduced to us, I thought he's a really nice guy, and they're going to have a good time for a little while, but I swear I don't think I'd have bet too much that we'd be standing here tonight. So I'm really happy you made it. There were certainly some times where I wondered, is this really going to go? Because you guys talked about marriage forever. So we put together some thoughts, and we want to share a few words of wisdom that have worked well in our marriage, and we think will support you well in yours. So it begins with this. Love gives nothing but itself and takes nothing from itself.
Love does not possess, nor would it be possessed, for love is sufficient unto love.
Keep each other laughing. That's the glue that holds you together.
And think not that you can direct the course of love, for love, if it finds you worthy, directs your course.
Fill each other's cup, but drink from just one cup.
Give one another of your bread, but eat not from the same loaf.
Love is what you've been through with somebody.
Get up each day and apologize in advance for whatever you're going to do to hurt each other's feelings.
And that one really applies more to the men than the women. I get up every morning and apologize for whatever I'm going to do. It's going to piss her off every day. And then when I do it, I can say, I already said I was sorry. Love is never being too old to hold hands.
And never feeling young enough together to have a water fight and be stupid together.
It's remembering to say I love you from the depths of your heart.
It is at no time taking the other for granted. The courtship should not end with the honeymoon. It should continue through all of your years.
To love is to show immortality. It seeps into your babies.
Love is silent.
It's having a mutual sense of common values, objectives. It's standing together and facing the world.
Love is an irresistible desire to be irresistibly desired.
That one's to the women. Yeah. It's doing things for each other, not in the attitude of duty or sacrifice, but the spirit of joy.
Always put yourself in the other's place.
It's not expecting the husband to wear a halo.
Or the wife to have the wings of an angel.
You'll never end. Well, this one, you got a little ways to go on. You'll never be further apart as a couple than the first year after your second child is born. Guys that have 2 kids, you guys all know what we're talking about.
It's having the capacity to forgive and forget, and the best proof of love is trust.
It's not only marrying the right partner, it's being the right partner.
Regard each other with the deepest respect.
Love is the biggest dirty trick God played on us to achieve continuation of the species.
Love is a game that 2 can play and both win.
Inspire and encourage one another. For the strengthening your partner, you strengthen your marriage, bringing out the very best in each other.
The only difference between your commitment to each other and all of your other friends is the intimate time only a husband and wife can share. Treat that time with dignity and respect.
And of course, take responsibility when things don't go as you would like and acknowledge the other when they do.
AKA, blame yourself when things go wrong and praise the other when things go right. With these gifts and the gift of your love for each other, you're most certain to be happy together. We love you and we wish you really many happy years together, as I know you will.
Congratulations, you two.
And last but not least, we're going to hear from Uncle John. Come on up, Uncle John.
My name is John Ebert. I'm the brother of James's dad. We miss your dad. You know, your dad loved Jesus. He saw the best in everyone. He was an encourager that I've never met before besides him. He was loyal to your mom. And if he was here, he would want to bless your marriage. I'd like to read something from the book of Psalms. It's the 112th Psalm, verses 1 and 2. It's a happy time. Praise the Lord. Happy are those who fear the Lord. Yes, happy are those who delight in obeying his commands. Their children will be successful everywhere. An entire generation of godly people will be blessed. I'd like to just talk a little bit about your heritage. And Noelle, you're marrying into a family that has got a strong heritage. Your great-grandfather and grandmother, which you didn't know, and I knew very little on the Ebert side, were strong Christians. And they were very generous people. The people on your great-grandmother's side were also very strong Christians. And they lived it out. They raised your grandpa. And a lot of people here know about your grandpa on Facebook, mountain climber, all the things he's done. But one of the things that your grandpa did is he wanted people to see God's creation. And he worked hard at getting people in places that they normally couldn't get to. And they went as a group and family. I mean, he had people from all walks of life and took them into places that they would never been able to get to before. He made it difficult for his family sometimes, but yet he did it. Part of the example is the trip that they talked about where you went to Kilimanjaro. A lot of that was because of your grandpa. Then you look at your mom and dad, and you look at your dad, and you know, it was very interesting that when the tough times came, who was the encourager in your family, and what did he encourage? Prayer. Take it to God. And in this day and age, there's a lot of times we don't. You know, in that verse I read, it says, fear of the Lord. In other words, that we have some kind of an awe and respect for God. He is holy. We are sinful. And the punishment for our sin is death, physical and spiritual. But the reason why we fear God is because if we accept him, he will save us. If we obey him, we will have a better life. So the better we know Jesus, and the wiser we become, and the more understanding that we will have. Where can we figure this out? The Bible. I would like to pray a blessing that I think your dad, if he was here, would pray on you two as a couple. So if you'd all bow your heads, please, I'd like to pray this prayer. Jesus, would you help them both to understand and fear you and find knowledge in you? May the Lord Jesus Would you shield them, protect them, and help them walk with integrity? May you guard their path and watch over them. May their children be successful. And please bring them so that we can all share as a family in eternity. We pray this in Jesus' name. Amen.
Chris Phillips Harper, and this is my niece and her husband. And I'm here to remember Bob Phillips, her father, who was a very darling friend, and my brother-in-law to my late husband. And he was such a good person. He always encouraged me and gave me guidance and love and a sense of the family of the Phillips. And I want everyone to remember that we're not forgotten in this, because now you're in Ebert, but the Phillips family is here to support you in every way we can. And it's a family of love. We're not large. There aren't a whole lot of us, but the intensity of our feeling and our intelligence and our depth of character are always there to support those of us who are part of our family. And I want that to be remembered, that you shall prosper and be part of our family. And when you have children, we're going to be there for whatever celebration it is. And we are all gathered together to be part of that. I love you so much.
Oh, very nice. Our last host for the evening is Noelle's sister, Gia. Wanted to come up and say a few words.
Wow, how do you follow that up? I'm not that good of a dancer, so I won't try. It's so funny because I was telling my husband, Kevin, the other night that I was going to make a toast at Noelle and James's wedding. I can't look at him else I'll cry, so I'll just look at the camera. I was telling my husband, I said, I'm making a toast for Noelle and James. And he goes, now remember, it's about those two, not you two. And I said, all right, I'll share. Noelle came into my life at such an incredible time. I had worked for Mary, and I was young. It was very, very recent. Mary was very, when you work with someone, she was not only a mentor and became a great friend, but the day she introduced me to Noelle, I was the baby of the family, so I didn't like to share, and I didn't want any sisters until I met Noelle. And it's funny because I do believe God brings people into your world and your life to go on the path with. So almost 16 years ago, Noelle stood up for me in my wedding. My wedding. You were there too, honey. But I was thinking back of all the great memories of Noelle and I, and then I'll get to you, James, I promise. But you got enough family over here, so they'll tell their stories. One of the first memories I have is Noelle had introduced me, and we were talking, and we were both 12. So it was really weird that we got married so soon, like that, honey. Anyways, when I first met Noelle, we just hit it off. It just was a kinship that you really can't put it into words. And then I remember going to her continuation from 6th grade to 7th grade. I remember the high school discussions that we all had. Well, I just wanted to be a part of them, but I was there, right, Mayor? And then I remember when she went to college. I just remember all the big milestones, and I remember being there when your dad passed away and how much of an incredible father he was. And all the incredible memories that we've had together. And then I remember the time that you had met James, and she had called me, and she never really talked that much about the guys that she dated, and because she knows I would have never approved of any of them. And so she was, kind of tiptoeing around, and then she finally said, I know, this is the guy. And one thing I can say about Noelle over everybody is she is the most loyal, honest, not only physically beautiful, but you've got the heart of an angel, and always be true to that. So I knew, James, you better, no pressure, but live up to that. No, but I want to tell you, because I feel your father here tonight, and I know he's proud of the girl you are, but he's even prouder of the woman you become. And James, Noelle, walk with God, keep God with your life, keep me in your life, because I'm just fun. But I love you guys. God bless. Thank you.
It is a Kodak moment as they do battle for the very first time as husband and wife. Again, our cutting of the cake. Come on up, bring your cameras, surround them with love as we do the traditional cutting of the cake.
Forever could never be long enough for me. I feel like I've had long enough with you. Forget the world now, we won't let them see. But there's one thing left to do. Now that the weight has lifted,
once again, all the single ladies report to the dance floor. Single means unmarried. Even if you're engaged, and tonight and only tonight, if you're unhappily married, you're welcome out onto the dance floor. All our single ladies for our bouquet toss. All right, here I come. Let's see what's going on. Kayla, congratulations to Kayla. She caught her bouquet this evening. All right, guys, you know what it means. The girls are done. I need all the single gentlemen out here on the dance floor supporting James. Come on out.
oh my gosh. Baby, let me, I did it again, so I'm gonna let the, oh my, baby, let me love you down. There's so many ways to love you.
We need a chair out there.
There's so many ways to love you.
Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Mom, don't watch.
So hot and trying to show patience. I'm waiting for the right time to shoot my steam. You know, waiting for the right time to flash them keys. And I'm leaving, please believe in. Oh, me and the rest of my heathens. Checking out a lock at the top of the Four Seasons. Penthouse, rooftop, birds I'm feeding. No deceiving, nothing up my sleeving. No teasing, I need you to get up on the dance floor. Get that man what he asking for.
This next one's a girl anthem of sorts, and it's from Noelle's playlist. Here we go. I want to hear you, ladies.
At first I was afraid, I was petrified. Kept thinking I could never live without you by my side. But then I spent so many nights thinking how you did me wrong. And I grew strong, and I learned how to get along. And so you're back from outer space. I just walked in to find you here with that sad look upon your face. I should have changed that stupid lock. I should have made you leave your key. If I'd have known for just 1 second you'd be back to bother me. Oh, now go, walk out the door. Just turn around now, 'cause you're not welcome anymore. Weren't you the one who tried to hurt me with goodbye? You think I crumbled? You think I lay down and die? Oh, no, not I. I will survive. Oh, as long as I know how to love, I know I'll still alive. It took all the strength I had not to fall apart. And trying hard to mend the pieces of my broken heart. And I spent oh so many nights just feeling sorry for myself. I used to cry, but now I hold my head up high and you see me. Somebody new. I'm not that chained up little person still in love with you. And so you felt like dropping in and just expect me to be free. Now I'm saving all my loving for someone who's loving me. Go on now, go. Walk out the door. Just turn around now. You're not welcome anymore. Weren't you the one who tried to break me with your fire? You think I crumbled? You think I lay down and die?
They wanna have fun. Oh, girls just wanna have fun. The phone rings in the middle of the night, my body yells, what you gonna do with your life? Oh, daddy, do you know you're still number one? But girls, they wanna have fun. Watch me move when I lose it hard. Get you off with the touch, dancing in the dark. You notice what I'm wearing, I notice when you're staring. You know that I can take it to the next level, baby. Harder than the A-list, next one on my hit list. Baby, let me blow your mind tonight. I can't take no more. Never felt like this before. Come on, get me on the floor. DJ, what you waiting for?
Get your sexy out. Get your sexy out. Get your sexy out. Get your sexy out.
I'm bringing sexy back. Yeah. The motherfucker don't know how to act. Yeah.
Come let me make up for the things you like. Yeah. Cause you're burning up, I gotta get it fast. Yeah. Take it to the fridge. Dirty babe. You see these shackles, baby, I'm your slave. I'll let you whip me if I misbehave. It's just that no one makes me feel this way. Take it to the chorus.
Come here, girl.
Go ahead, be gone with it.
Come to the back.
Go ahead, be gone with it.
VIP.
Go ahead, be gone with it.
Drinks on me.
Go ahead,
Let me
be
see
gone
what
with
you're
it.
twerking with.
Go ahead, be gone with it.
Look at those hips.
Go ahead, be gone with it.
You make me smile.
Swagger right, brown skin popping, you know just how to talk to me, know just how I like it. You're turning me out, you're turning me out, you're turning me out. Now wait a minute, look, so you got one more time to feel on my booty. Better recognize a lady that ain't the way you do me. You're turning me out, you're turning me out, you're turning me out. Better recognize a real woman. Yeah, they're trying to get that close to me. You better correct how you approaching me.
Strangers in the night, exchanging glances, wandering in the night. What were the chances we'd be sharing love before the night was through? Something in your eyes was so inviting, something in your smile was so exciting, something in my heart told me I must have you. Strangers in the night, two lonely people, we were strangers in the night. Up to the moment when we said our first hello, little did we know, love was just a glance away, a warm embracing dance away. And ever since that night, we've been together, lovers at first sight.
I want you to know, I said I want you to know right now, you've been good to me, baby, better than I've been to myself. Hey, hey, and if you ever leave me, I don't want nobody else. Hey, hey, I said I want you to know, I said I want you to know right now, you know you make me wanna shout, yeah, 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 right, all right, all right, come on now, come on now, yeah, 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 come on now, yeah, yeah, a little bit softer now, 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 a little bit louder 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 now, hey, 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 hey. Feeling you all the while, you're on the mind, yeah. Girl, it's just getting married. I just wanna get married. Meet me at the altar, yeah. We ain't getting no younger, so we might as well do it, yeah. Feeling you all the while, girl, I must confess. Come on, let's get married, baby, get married. Check it out. I've done it all. Frankly, girl, I'm tired of this emptiness. I wanna come home to you and only you. Why? 'Cause making love to just anyone ain't happening. I just gotta be with you. Thinking about us finishing something we started so long ago. I wanna give you my all.
Yeah, Spider-Man and Freeze in full effect.
You ready, Ron?
I'm ready.
You ready, Dave?
I'm ready, Slick. Are you? Oh yeah, break it down. Girl, I must warn you, I sense something strange in my mind. Yo, situation is serious. Let's kill it cause we're running out of time. It's all so beautiful. Relationships, they seem from the start. It's all so when love is not together from the heart. Check it out.
It's driving me out of my mind. That's why it's hard for me to ride. Can't get it out of my head. Miss her, love
Wrong
her.
move, you're dead.
That girl is.
Yo, I don't know. Turn off the lights and I'll glow. To the extreme, I rock a mic like a vandal. Light up a stage and wax a chump like a candle. Dance, caress a speaker that booms. I'm killing your brain like a poisonous mushroom. Deadly. When I play a dope melody, anything less than the best is a felony. Love it or leave it. You better gain weight. You better hit bullseye. The kid don't play. If there was a problem, yo, I'll solve it. Check out the hook while my DJ revolves it. Now that the party is jumping, with the bass kicked in and the Vegas are pumping. Quick to the point, no faking. Cooking MCs like a pound of bacon. Burning them, being quick and nimble. I go crazy when I hear a cymbal and a hi-hat with a souped up tempo. I'm on a roll, it's time to go solo. Rolling, hit my 5.0, with my rag top down so my hair can blow. The girl is on standby, waiting just to say hi. Did you stop? No, I just drove by, kept on, pursuing to the next stop. I bust a left and I'm heading to the next block. The block was dead, yo, so I continue to A1A. Girls were hot, wearing less than bikinis. Rock men lovers, driving like bikinis. Jealous, cause I'm out getting mine. Shade with the gauge and vanilla with the 9. Ready for the chumps on the wall. The chumps acting ill because they're full of 8-ball. Gunshots ranged out like a bell. I grabbed my 9, all I heard was shells falling on the concrete real fast. Jumped in my car, slammed on the gas. Bumper to bumper, the avenue.
Every time you wanna be body rock, yeah, body scar.